two parts. Okay, the first one is the envisioning architecture, and second one is the creating architecture. We are already discussing about architecture business cycle. What is software architecture? Architectural pattern. So what is the architecture business cycle? So what we are developing the software from the starting step to the ending step, at the same time ending step to the starting step again for recovering the errors. So the complete procedure of the to developing of the software can be referred as a architecture business cycle. So in the architecture business cycle, mainly we are consider the four types of the things. So what are they? System stakeholders, and another one is the organization, developing organization and business architect, and another one is the technical background also. So these four things are influenced so when we are developing one software. Okay, I try to check myself once. uh, Please respond anyone through chat box. uh, all of you able whether all of you able to see the screen? Please respond anyone. Or Srinivas sir? Srinivas sir? Okay, okay, thank you. Then are you able to see the screen, sir? Are you able to see the screen, sir? Okay, sir. Okay. Then I continue, sir. Okay. Okay. In the last class, we are discussing about these topics: architecture, business cycle, and another one is the what is software architecture. So, in the case of software architecture, mainly we are consider the software elements. The first thing. What is the software architecture means nothing but it will be giving the description about elements, software elements, and it will be giving the description about relationship among the elements also. So for example, if you are developing one software, that software definitely having different types of the elements. Okay, for example, maybe login, staff, student, library, security, like this. So all these are we can refer as a modules, at the same time elements. Now we are able to understand what is the relationship between these modules or maybe the elements. So and in some type of situations we are consider the sub modules also. So all these are we are discussed in the last class, that is software architecture. Okay, and another one is the architectural pattern. So architectural pattern also giving the discussion about the elements. Okay, and we are already discussing about the reference model. In the case of reference model, we are nothing but we are discussing about what is a reference model, what is the purpose. So the purpose of reference model is divisional of functionality. So when we are dividing the modules or sub modules, so all these are considered into the reference model. So another one is the reference architecture. So this is nothing but generalization. So the thing but here we are performing all the sub modules converted into a single module. So that means based upon to the system testing. So we also know about different types of testings. So when we are developing one software, so testing is also one of the main phase. Why? Because so why we are developing the software, whether that developed software is able to meet the our assumptions or maybe our goals or not. So those are verified into the testing only. So we are also know about different types of testing. So here we are using system testing, and another one is the unit testing. So in the case of reference model, we are based upon to the unit testing. So we also know about what is the unit testing. So every unit is verified separately, whether that particular unit is properly responded or maybe performing the functionality in the proper way or not. That is a reference model. So that means unit testing. So in the case of reference architecture, so here we are consider unit system testing. What is the meaning of system testing means? What is the meaning of system testing means? Here we are verifying entire system or entire software, whether all the modules are properly responded or not. Okay, so all these are we are discussed in the last class. Now and we are already discussing about what is architectural structure and views also. So view is nothing but it will be different from one person to the another person. Okay, the view is used for that will be the receive information which is required for to the user, so that can be displayed from the software. So that can be referred as a view here. And here we are using different types of views also. So please see once on the screen. Hello, hello. Is it my screen is properly responded or not? Okay, okay, thank you. Is it not moving? Are you able to see the screen, sir? So what is the topic on the screen now, sir? What's the topic? What's the topic now, sir? Oh, okay, okay. No, no, that's wow. Architectural views. Are you see that screen, sir? No. Okay, sir. Okay, I will verify once. Okay, I will verify. Okay, okay, I will verify once. Okay, now verify, sir. What's the topic? What's the topic? Is it architectural views? Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. We are discussing about the view also, a representation of set of reasonable elements and the relationship among them. So that is view, and we are already discussing about different types of views. Those are module views, and another one is the component connector views, and another one is the allocation views. So we are already discussing what is the purpose of that particular view. So here the views are in the terms of users, end users. Okay, so which person is directly interacting with the software, that person will be referred as a end user. Okay, these module views are used for to performing the modules in the efficient type of way. So when we are based upon to the modules, definitely we will be considered some type of the things or maybe the factors. So whether the particular module is properly satisfying those properties or not. So those are the first one is the here responsibilities and visibility of interface, implementation information, and mapping to source code units. Okay, so all these are the properties of the module views. Okay, now we are discussing about the component connector views. So these are the runtime environment. So these are related with the runtime environment. For example, maybe if the user is for example, maybe if the user is paying some fees within that particular software, then it will be automatically generated some receipt. Okay, you are paying something, now you are eligible to participate in that particular workshop or like this. So that means this is also different from one person to the another person, because faculty having some fees, and the students also having some other fees, and so out of the persons, so or maybe the guests, so maybe those are having some other fees. So that means here performing the runtime binding. So that type of the things are related with the component connector views. Views are completely related with the in the point of users only, user point of view only. Okay, and another thing is when we are based upon to the component connector, should be we are verifying the some properties. Those are reliability. So whether it will be providing the reliability or not. For example, maybe if you are performing some transaction, it should be maintaining the reliability. Otherwise our software is not having the efficient in the not working in the efficient type of way, and automatically influenced whatever I am saying in the architecture business cycle. So those four things are influenced by the developer software. If you are not verifying these properties are satisfying that particular module or not, if you are not verifying, then automatically performing affected by the those persons. So like maybe the system stakeholders, or maybe the developer organization, or maybe the technical architects. So all these members are influenced by the developer software if you are not verifying these properties. So those are reliability, and another one is the performance. How much of what is the performance? So how much of time in which time, so it will be responded. So how much of time is needed to respond, or how much of time is needed to generate the receipt. So like this. So and the functionality, whether it is performing in the proper way or not. Security. So in some type of situations, maybe some other users also log into the in the authorized person's logins. So then there is maybe the chance of to lose the data. Hello. Okay. and we try to maintain the property also concurrency. That means able to allow at a time more than one person. Modifiability, it will be giving the performing the corrections. For example, maybe if the user maybe done the wrong error transaction, then it will be giving the chance to performing the modification. So all these are related with the component and connector views. And the last one is allocation views. So allocation views means this is the reality. Okay, allocation views describe the mapping of software units to elements and environment in which software is developed or in which it executes. Okay, so in the last class we are discussing about these types of views. What is the purpose of view and what are the types of views? In the same way, we are discussing about the structures also. In the same way, we are discussing with the structures. Uh, Hello, I think all of you able to see the screen software structures. Okay, am I right or not? Please respond anyone through chat box. Some of the persons. Syllabus paper, sir. Syllabus on this, sir. Okay. So, are you able to see the screen now? System software structures. Please respond anyone. Srinivas, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you. Some of the person is responding. Okay. So now, what's the topic on the screen now, sir? Software structures. Is it software structures? Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. So this is also where in the last class discussed. Actually, this is my hobby, so I don't want to discuss new topics or new things easily. So I try to recollect what we discussed in the last class. I think some of the students having the experience with me, so that's why I'm repeating these things. Even though those members not listening that class are not understanding, maybe in this period maybe they are able to recollect. So that's why I'm trying to repeat again. I don't want to waste the time. Okay, and software structures, so these are related with the developer's point of view. So these are also we are considered into the three types. So those are the first one is the module structures, and second one is the component and connector structures, and third one is the allocation structures. Hello. Okay. So in the case of software module structures, so in the case of module structures, verifying so whether the particular module is properly working or not verified by to the developer. But in the case of view, verified by to the user. Okay. Just we can read what is maybe able to on the screen. Elements are the modules which are units of the implementation. What is the primary functional or responsibility assigned to each module? So that means when the particular software module is developed by to the developer, then the developer having some idea so for which purpose we are designing this module. Now he is verifying whether it is properly working or not. So that means he is verifying his goals are matched, or his maybe assessments are reached through that module or not. What other software elements is a module allowed to use? What other software does actually use? So here, module means nothing but decomposition. So nothing but we are we are observing the particular unit. Okay. And in some type of situations we are maybe based upon the sub modules also. For example, maybe in the last class also I'm discussing about the same thing. For example, maybe if you are click the students, then it will be display the branches. If you are click the branch, then it will be ask the year. If you are click that year, then maybe ask that particular person name, like this. So all these are the sub modules. So and another one is the component and connector structures. These are runtime environment. Okay, so that means whenever the user is performing some other thing, so nothing but dynamic binding. So if the user is retrieve the which is available information from that software, then that is static binding. So whenever the user is performing some operation, so that will be connected with the component connector structure. So at this time of situation, we need to verify. So these things concurrency, shared data repository, or client or server. So when we are allowing more than one person, we should be follow the some concurrent execution of mechanisms. And another thing, so whenever more than one user accessing the same data, then also we try to provide some security. At the same time, we try to provide usability also. So that means each and every user can able to use that particular software. For example, maybe at a time more number of persons accessing the IRCTC, or maybe the railway reservation, or maybe the airline reservation. So that means we are allowing the concurrent execution, but at a time we are able to allow only one person. So after that execution of that person only, we are able to allow another person if the those schedules are same date, same time, same train, or same vehicle, like that. Okay. And another one is the allocation structures. These are the relationship between the software elements and the elements in more external environment. So that means what it will be done in the reality. So that is nothing but allocation structures. The name is implies whether it is allocated to perform the functionality in the reality. In the reality, for example, maybe the particular developer maybe developer that module is used for to performing this purpose. Now, in the reality, whether it is allocated to fulfill the functionality or not. So that will be verified into the allocation structure. So all these are we are discussed in the last class. Now we are discussing the new topic. So that is quality attributes. So I think need not necessarily discussing about what is the purpose of attribute here. I think the name is implies. So attributes are used for to giving the description of an entity. So what is an entity? When we are discussing about one thing or one person or one organization, so that will be referred as an entity. Here we are verifying the quality attributes. So why we are referred as a quality attributes means these are based upon the giving the rating for developing software. Okay. Hello. Okay. So quality attributes. So please 1 minute. Okay. Thank you. Quality attributes. So usually business considerations determine the qualities that must accommodated in a system architecture. So the main purpose of software architecture design patterns is to reduce the complexity in front of the users, and how we are designing the software, and which is the best way to representing the our developed software. So or maybe which is uh, we are generating, so we are creating that particular app. So at the time of the situation we should be verifying the quality only. Based upon that only we are able to specify whether we are success or maybe facing the failures. Okay. So another thing is another thing is too often functionality overrides maintainability, portability, scalability, and other factors determining the long-term success of a project. So that means the success of a project always based upon to the quality only. So we also know about that. So if there is no quality, we are not giving the rating for to that. For example, maybe we are order some items in the online. So definitely giving some rating. So based upon the particular product functionality, if it is maintains the, for example, maybe we are book the earphones or headphones. So now we are giving the rating for that particular product, whether it will be reaching its whether it will be fulfill the functionality or not. Okay. And another one is the quality requirements based upon, sorry, depends upon the system architecture more than one functional requirements. Here we are verifying three types of qualities here. So those are system qualities, business qualities, architectural qualities. This is the important question in the exam point of view. All of you please remember all these things. Okay, maybe all words are similar, but their functionality is different from one to the another. Please don't try to confuse, and this is one of the easiest subject to you. And you can easily understand, you can easily remember this. Don't try to get confused and don't try to get bored, please. Okay, try to understand. Okay. So now the topic is quality attributes. Here we are consider three types of quality attributes. So those are, first one is the system qualities, and second one is the business qualities, and the third one is architectural qualities. The name is implies what is the purpose of the particular quality here. So system quality, so that means software quality. Okay. So what is the availability of software? What is the modifiability of the software? What is the performance of the software? What is the security? What is the testability, usability, and others? In the case of business quality, just only we are considering to the according to the in the terms of business only. So that means how time to market, cost and benefits, product lifetime, target market, rollout schedule, integration, others. So that means this is in terms of business point of view only. Okay, so time to market means how much of time is needed to to marketing, and what is the investment, and how much of your profit is we are achieved, and product lifetime. Okay, and a target market. And rollout schedule means, maybe for example, in some type of situations, maybe we are not able to developing the software within the time. So that means at the time of the situation, then occurring the rollout schedule. Otherwise we are within the schedule. Okay, for example, maybe if you are completing our syllabus within the time, so that is no problem. Otherwise it is a rollout schedule. Okay, integration. So we try to integrate some other things. And another one is the architectural qualities. So these are also important. So those are conceptual integrity, correctness, and completeness. I think the name is in place. So first of all, we try to observe quality attribute scenario. So when we are based upon the quality attribute scenario, definitely we consider the six parts. So those are the first one. I think you are able to see the screen diagram. Source of stimulus, artifact, environment, response measure. So simply when we are developing one software, okay, so that source of the software will be maybe the source of stimulus. And second one is the stimulus, who is receiving the software or who is using the software, that is the stimulus. And artifact, so parts of the software, environment, how it will be works in that particular environment. Next, response, so what is the response of that particular software. And last one is response measure, so how much of successes we are able to we are measure through response measure. So we can see one by one. So first of all, source of stimulus, the entity generating the stimulus could be an actor, an actuator, or a sensor, and so on. So that means where we are retrieving that particular stimulus. Okay, next, stimulus. Stimulus, a condition arriving at a system, includes faults, started and intentions by actors, and so on. So that means who is facing the or who is using the software will be referred as stimulus here. Environment, the coordination surrounding the stimulus might be normal operation, degrade the operation, overload, and so on. And the artifact, the part or parts of the system stimulated, the response system taken to the stimulus. Response measure, how the response can be measured and tested. I think any one of the person is not able to understand what I'm saying now. Am I right? So you try to understand you try to understand the topic exactly. So here we are developing some software, and the main thing is whether maintaining the quality in the software or not. So that can be verified by using some attributes. If those attributes are properly maintained, then quality of the software is also good. Okay, here what we are considering to the quality attribute means, first of all, initially we are developing the software, that is the source. So when we are releasing the software to the some particular users, so that is environment. So in which environment, maybe it will be works, maybe the developing software is also based upon to the environment also. So maybe a app is very good. For example, maybe we are developing some software, maybe that software needs internet connection. If the internet connection is poor, then what happens? So we are not able to use the software in the efficient type of way. But here we are not able to blame the software. So that is based upon to the environment here. So, and artifact, maybe in some type of situations maybe occurring the problem. So though whatever it may be, here we are using the hardware or maybe the software. Okay, so and another thing is the stimulus, who is receiving that software. And the last one is after you using after used by the user, then what is the response? Maybe rating is 1 2 3 4. So response measure. So we can easily remember all these things. Okay, next one, previously I mentioned, here we are quality attributes can be categorized into the three types of ways. Those are system qualities, business qualities, architectural qualities. Okay, now we can see the system quality attributes. Okay, I think you are able to, all of you able to see the screen. Okay, Please observe clearly this. So here, software quality, product quality, software product quality. Okay, so the first one is functional suitability, performance efficiency, compatibility, usability, reliability, security, maintainability, portability. So that means when we are developing one software, definitely we will consider all these things. Okay, in the case of functional suitability, whether it will be reaches the particular function, fulfill the function or not. For example, maybe the what is the purpose of the particular module? Maybe so when we are press the button, then it will be automatically generates the report. For example, maybe we are developing some software that is student information system, and first of all, initially enter number, then we are enter the number, then generate report. So then if we are click the generate report, then automatically generate the attendance up to date. So for example, how many number of classes maybe he is attended, he or maybe she is attended, and so maybe that is the function of that particular module. So now how much of performance or how much of quality is appeared from the particular module is will be we can identify it as a functional completeness. Okay, and second one is the functional correctness. In some type of situations, maybe particular thing will be not will be able to perform efficiently. For example, maybe up to some range only. So, for example, maybe according to our point of view, maybe integer addition, maybe performing the able to performing the operation efficiently. But if you are giving more than the range, specified range, then what happens? So that means uh, we try to correct the functionality and functional appropriateness. All these are functional suitability. Okay, and second thing is performance efficiency. So how much of time is needed? Okay, how to utilize the resources? What is the capacity? So how we are able to measure the performance always based upon the time. For example, maybe if you are click that particular button, how much of time is needed? So if it is responded quickly, then user will be very happy to use the particular software. So that means this is also one of the important factor to giving the success for the developing software. And another one is the compatibility. So we also know about what is a compatibility. If that software is able to work in every type of the environment, for example, maybe if it is suitable for to the Ubuntu, if it is suitable for to the Windows 10, if it is suitable for to the Android, so then that particular software having the heavy demand, because that will be easily accommodated and easily adjusted and easily performing the functions efficiently in every type of the environment. So that is coexistence and interoperability. And another one is the usability, appropriateness, recognizingly, learnability, operability, user error protection, user interface, aesthetics, accessibility. So all these are the usability. I think I need not to explain each and everything here, because the name is implies what is the purpose of this attribute here. And another one is the reliability. Okay, and another one is the security, confidentiality. This is also the main first factor when we are designing any one of the software. Why? Because so whatever it may be the software, why the particular user is approach the software developer to maintain the security and to reduce the complexity in terms of his particular business or maybe the business organization. So maybe the chance in some type of situations maybe losing the data. If another person, if unauthorized person maybe try to access the data, then also there is occurring some prevention. Then only our software having the quality, then user feels very happy. So definitely any other person out of the member or out of the person is not able to enter to perform my transaction. So that means my transactions are very safe. Then he is giving the good rating for the developer software. So otherwise, again we try to performing the corrections. This procedure completely referred as architecture business cycle. Okay. So, and we also know about integrity. Into what it means? Integrity means, so even though we are adding some new data to the existing data, at the same time, if you are removing some data from the existing data, then also mean it should not lose its properties. So I try to simplify what I'm saying now. For example, maybe in the case of DBMS, okay, or SQL, so we are assigning some particular constraints onto the existing data. For example, maybe we are set the primary key, foreign key for the particular data. Now after set the primary key and super key, if you are deleting some entries, okay, if you are deleting some rows or records or tuples from the existing database, then